In Singapore, when it comes to property investing in the residential segment, a common strategy is to buy to new development and upon TOP 3 to 4 years later, sell it for a profit, and that's known as flipping. In fact, in developments like Whistler Grand, Treasure Depot and Park Extra, these developments have seen owners made up of upward of 600k profit in just 3 years. The question is, what about buying a resale property for rental yield? In the Straits Times article published on 30th August of 2023, it states that condominium rents climbed by 21.6% as compared to the previous year, and HDB rental actually went up by 24.1%. The question today is, will buying a resale property for rental yield be a better alternative instead of simply just investing in new launches? Let's find out. Hi guys, I'm Rodney here, a realtor in sunny Singapore and part of JNA Real Estate Prop Next. So my team and I have sold over 1,688 homes in the last 2 years, and we have also advised thousands of investors and home buyers in their property purchase. Some of them have even secured undervalued homes that seen up to 100% of return equity in a very short time. So if you do have any real estate needs, I will leave my contact information down below, so you can contact me if you do have any questions. Alright, so now let's show it on to another episode of my e-newsletter. Let's go! So diving into this topic, we are first going to find out more about the properties that give the highest rental yield in Singapore. So what I simply did was went to squarefoot.com.sg, I clicked on the top rental yield properties and tada! I have the top 10 projects in Singapore which have the highest rental yield. As I do not want to make this video unnecessarily long, I'm not going to analyze each and every of the top 10 properties. Instead, I will just take who out of the top 10 will do a case study. Now let's look at the first development with the highest rental yield in Singapore, the Hillford. So the Hillford is located in District 21, 800 meters away from Beauty World, and being an integrated development that has a convenience store and eatery right below the condominium. In fact, it's only 700 meters away from Cheong Chin Nam Road, where you can find many famous eateries nearby. There are two main reasons why the Hillford actually produces such a good rental yield. And the first reason is location. The Hillford, an integrated development, is at the fringe of RCR and is only 2 bus stops away to Beauty World MRT station. And number 2, Hillford is a development that is built on a 60-year lease tenure. This makes the prices of the units there the more affordable ones as compared to the 99-year counterparts. In fact, you can get a 1-bedroom apartment that costs as low as 400k and a 2-bed 2-bath for below 650k as a first owner on the lower levels. In today's market, the value of a 2-bed 2-bath costs an average of about 850k and the 2-bed 1-bath costs about 700k and the 1-bedroom costs around 550k in the middle levels. So with a rental yield of about 3,500 to 3,750 for the 2-bed 1-bath, the total yield a year equates to about 45k a year. So basing on the market value of 700k, the rental yield per annum is 6.4%. So the question now is buying such a property a good investment move? Let's find out. So for this scenario, we're going to break down the numbers for the 2-bed 1-bath unit at the Hillford. So let's assume that the buyer takes a 75% loan over 30 years to buy this unit. And based on this, the upfront payment required by the buyer to buy this property is $190,600, with $175,000 being the down payment and $15,600 being the stamp duties payable. With a 75% loan on a 700k property and the current fixed rate hovering around 3.3%, the monthly mortgage payment will be around $2,300 a month. And $1,440 will actually go to the interest payments to the bank, and $860 will go to the principal payment. So assuming that the 2-bed 1-bath actually rents out for $3,500 a month, we are looking at a net yield of around $2,060 a month, $860 going to the property and $1,200 going to your bank account. So multiply that by a year and we are looking at a profit of about $24,780. And after 3 years when the property actually clears the seller's stamp duty, we are looking at a profit of around 75k in total. So now that we know that Hillford has one of the best rental yields in Singapore and the 2-bed 1-bath is able to net you a 75k profit in just 3 years, now let's take a look at the capital appreciation potential. Let's go! Okay, so if you enjoyed the video so far, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel, as it will really help me to provide more value for you guys. If we look at the transactions of the Hillford, you will see that the most units there are only making less than 100k in 3 years. And this is primarily because the Hillford has only 1 and 2 bedrooms, and it's not a mass market development that will see many families moving into. That being said, the 2-bed 1-bath unit 0503 actually made 107k after the owner bought the unit in 2019. Adding that to a rental profit of 75k, we are looking at 175k profit gain in just 3 years. Not bad for a property that only requires $190,600 of down payment. Now let's take a look at another development in the top 10 list of the highest rental yield, and we are going to look at the development that's in District 2, and that's none other than Skysuites Anson. So completed in 2015, it had a total of 360 units, and within walking distance to MRT stations like Tanjong Pagar MRT, and it's located at the heart of the CBD. If we look at Property Guru today, a 2-bed 2-bath 700 square feet unit at Skysuites Anson is currently listing at $1.68 million today, and was transacted at $1.53 million in July 2023. So we look at the rental KPIs of the 2-bed 2-bath, it's being rented at an average of about $5,800 to $6,300 a month. So now, let's break down the numbers. Assuming today we are able to secure a 700 square feet 2-bed 2-bath at Skysuites Anson for $1.6 million, and we take a 75% loan over 30 years, the down payment required will be $449,600, with $400,000 being the down payment and $49,600 being the stamp duties payable. With an interest rate of 3.3%, the monthly mortgage will account to be about $5,155, with $3,300 paying for the interest to the bank, while $1,955 goes into the house. With an average rental of about $6,000 a month for the 2 bedrooms at Skysuites Anson, the monthly net yield we are going to look at is $6,000 minus $3,300, which is $2,700 a month. And out of that, $1,955 goes into the property, while $745 goes into your bank account. Multiply $2,700 by 3 years, we are looking at $97,200 as the rental profit over that period of time. So now we study the rental profitability of Skysuites Anson. Let's take a look at the capital appreciation potential of that development. If we take a look at the data from 99 about Skysuites Anson, you'll see that prices actually fell by 8.15% in the last 5 years. In fact, most sellers are only looking at a 5-figure profit, making it a very non-optimal development to buy for capital appreciation. In fact, if we take a look at Property Guru today, we can see that a total of 67 listings at Skysuites Anson. And this means that the owners there are having a hard time offloading their unit in the resale market today. Again, if we break down the numbers and we're to invest in the 2-bedroom at Skysuites for $1.6 million, the profit we are going to get will most probably be for the rental side at only about $100,000 in 3 years. We expect the capital appreciation of Skysuites Anson to be very minimal to none, as the current seller seems to have major difficulty offloading their unit. In conclusion, the reason why these developments are able to get high rental yield is because the property is cheap. And the reason why they are cheap beside the location is because there's simply no demand. For example, the Hillford, the development is very congested and there's only 1 and 2 bedrooms, making it non-viable development to live in for families. And this causes the demand to be very weak, and getting a unit sold in the future may not be as easy, although the rental yield is good. Similarly, for Skysuites Anson, a property in the heart of CBD is also very unlikely to see high demand because not many families want to stay in the heart of the central business district. Instead, those developments will be preferred by expats who want to rent nearby their offices. So, is buying a resale property for rental yield worth it for investment? The answer is a mix of yes and no. If your budget is below or within the $1 million range, buying a resale property like a Hillford is a good choice because even if you go into a new north market with a budget like that, You're at most only able to get a 1-bedroom, and with that, it's very unlikely for you to see much of a capital appreciation. If we look at the new launches appraisals in 2019, a 700k budget will be able to get you a 1-bedroom at developments like Treasure at Tampines. Although the bigger units may have seen over $500,000 of profits, the 1-bedrooms are only making an average about 80 to 100k profits in 3 years, and that can be covered by the rental very easily. However, if your budget is anything above the $1.5 million range, I would suggest to get the profitable new launch instead, as a 2-bedder will be able to make a first owner of above 200k very easily if you know how to identify the right development and unit to buy. An example of such is Park Star, which has seen its 2-bedroom owners make over 300k profits in a short span of just 3 years. And this is a far cry from buying a unit at Skysuites Anson, which will only be able to net you a rental profit of 100k in 2 years. Alright, so we have come to the end of this video, and I hope this video has value added to you in one way or another. And remember, choosing which type of property to buy isn't always a straightforward process. But nevertheless, if you do need any help, I'll leave my contact information down below, and feel free to contact me to ask me the relevant questions. If not, if you enjoyed this video, do consider hitting the like button and also subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.